guest is Baby E. Thank you so much for coming by.
What's up? Thank you for having me. How you doing?
Dude, I dig your vibe. It is like really good, really good. You got like Yellow Wolf, Mickey Avalon, Kid Rock had like a love child going on.
Thank you. Yeah, that's I'd say pretty accurate.
So what is emo redneck? What is that?
That is my album that I just dropped, and yeah, basically I've always kind of like genre hopped and made like mixed, genres together. I would say, and I I went through some like personal stuff, so I took some time off and I went down to like Florida um, last summer, and like right before I went there, I'd made this country song that I really liked, and I just thought there's no way I could release a country song because people would be like, "That's weird," and long story short, yeah. Like I grew up in a trailer park. That's where my family lives. My grandma owns the trailer park, and
Nice.
so I was just down there, and it's like right on the Alabama line. Getting back in touch with my redneck roots, and I had this grand idea, like, what if I made some like country-ish shit, and people would not expect that from me, and it'd be a good way to come back. And then yeah, by the time I got it all together and dropped it, um, Beyonce did a country album, and so did Post Malone, and like the entire
It's a
world.
thing.
Like, I was like, which is cool, it's great, but yeah, it didn't have nearly the shock value I thought it would have. But yeah, I just named it Emo Redneck because I grew up as like a scene kid listening to like emo and metalcore and playing in those bands and stuff like that. And also I'm a redneck. So
I love
um,
it. I dig it.
yeah.
I'm on the vibes. I totally I'm like trailer park. I one side of my family's from the trailer park and the other side of my family's from money, so it doesn't make sense. I'm like a weird mixture of both. So I
Yeah.
dig the face tattoo. That's commitment. What is that? What does it say?
It says misunderstood.
Okay.
Yeah.
What age were you when you're like, I'm gonna do the face? This is where I'm at.
I think I was like about 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I
I
was,
want to.
I was
I'm kind
already
of
like,
thinking about it.
okay, well, yeah, I would say make sure it's definitely something that's gonna represent you forever, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's the most commitment I think I would ever do in my life. So, okay, you said you have some crazy stories. What's like one of the wilder stories that you've gotten into?
Um, trying to think off the top of my head.
There's so
Um,
many. They probably involved alcohol,
yeah, alcohol, um,
drugs,
party supplies, drugs. Yeah.
party
Um,
supplies. Yeah.
I don't know. It's like so hard to nail it down. Um, I'm trying to think of a really good one. Um, I guess one time I was on tour with my band, and we were like in the San Antonio area, like uh, right on the border of like Texas and Mexico, and so we're on like in this border city in Mexico, and everywhere we go, like the locals there, like um, they keep saying like Coco Bongo, Coco Bongo. We're like, what the
What is
fuck is
that?
Coco? Yeah, we're like, what the fuck is Coco Bongo?
Yeah.
And um, so we finally asked someone who could like speak English, and they're like, oh, it's they're like, you like ladies? And yeah, and we're like, yeah, we like ladies. And they're like, okay, follow me. Like, I'll show you how to get there. And we're like, okay. So we like walk like down this dirt road. Like we leave the city and it gets very like third worldish. And there's
Yeah.
um like
Sketchy.
clay huts. It's like clay huts and shit. And we're like, what the fuck? Like, and right in the middle of this, finally, like a mile or two in, there's just like this huge black brick building. And he's like, yeah, that's Coco Bongo. Just walk in there. And
Like a red
so
light district in the middle of nowhere?
I definitely wasn't a district. It was just like one building. Uh,
Okay.
And so we walk in there, and we're like the only guys in there. And they could speak like some English, and they immediately become like really hospitable and bring us a bunch of like liquor and stuff like that. And like it was like very from dusk till dawn, like type of
Okay.
thing.
That's hot.
And so like they had this spiral staircase, and like at least like 30 girls start coming down this staircase, and they're like scantily clad to say the
I love
least.
it.
And
Can you choose? Can you just point and like pick which one you want?
yeah, and so they start kind of giving us like a show and sitting on our laps and things like that. And we had this videographer with us who was like he had connections to MTV, and so he would like lie to people and be like, "We're shooting a show for MTV, like they're a famous band," and so like, um, they got like super
Nice.
stoked, and
You
finally the
gotta talk
manager,
yourself up.
yeah, the manager of the place walks in, and he's like, "You like what you see?" And we're like, "Yeah," and he's like, anything you like. He's like, I think he said like $10, 10 minutes or something. And we're all,
Wow. What a
oh,
deal.
we're
What a
like, oh
steal. I
shit.
would use a condom though with that situation.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And so like the guys in my band, we start getting drunk and stuff, and we start getting rowdy, and like one by one, they start like disappearing off into the back rooms, and yeah, hopefully they wore condoms. And
Yeah.
I don't know,
That could
like
be
I
something
had,
you remember forever, like because you take something home with you.
oh yeah, for sure. And so like I have like a girlfriend, and I'm just kind of like feeling this like
You're being
sketchy
good.
vibe. I'm like, I don't know, like I'm not gonna get drunk. Like I don't know, something feels off here. And so we're there for like hours, and we're having fun. And yeah, the guys go back in the room, a couple of them, and I tell the video guy, I'm like, yo, we should like put like some merch on one of the girls and get like, sorry, there's a plane going by, but
Oh, it's all good.
um, I'm like, yeah, like we should get
Utilize
like,
them as models for the
right,
band.
and I was
Yeah.
like, let's like slap some like stickers on their ass and like have a like Motley Crue thing going on,
I
and
like it.
so we go and we do that, and like him and I are just sitting in the room with the camera, and one girl walks in, and she's like comes up and starts like sitting on my lap and just trying to do her job basically, you know. And I'm like, there's like a language barrier, so I'm like no, like thank you, like we're just gonna chill and wait for the second girl, you know. And the second girl never comes, and this guy, the one of the huge like security guards, walks up, and he's like, all right, time's up. And he was speaking like very broken English and acting like, he couldn't speak English. He was like, oh, and we're like, yo, we asked for 2 girls, and like it hasn't even been like 10 minutes, bro. And
Yeah.
and then the guy's like, he's like, pay up. He's like, you have to pay up, and we're like, we already paid, and we didn't even get what the fuck we wanted, like.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this dude literally starts speaking like perfect English, and he's like, I don't think you guys understand where the fuck you're at right now. And he's like, you know what? He was like, I was gonna be nice and like only charge you like $20 fucking, but he's like, how about you both just empty out your fucking pockets right now, or
Wow.
and we were
They were
like,
gonna execute you like straight up Mexican cartels. So you're just gonna disappear if you
I
don't
don't
pay.
know. And so I literally like told the dude like we're a broke ass like metalcore band, So I
Yeah.
like literally
Band on
empty my
tour.
pockets. I empty my pockets and I'm like, dog, like this is all I got. Like, and
Yeah.
the camera dude's like, he's not used to like weird situations, I guess, or didn't handle the pressure very well. And bro like starts breaking down crying and like
Oh my God.
he had like a few $100 in his pocket and he's like like, dude, like, please, like, just let me go. Like, if you need more, I'll go to the ATM and get it. Like, whatever we gotta do to just let us go. And the guy's like laughing, and he's like, that's more fucking like it. And we're like, holy shit, like, and it makes me start freaking out that they'd like spiked the beers or like something bad was going.
Yeah.
And so like a couple of the guys are in the back rooms, and me and the dude, like the camera dude, like runs up to the rest of the band, and we're like, bros, like we gotta get the fuck out of here, like literally right fucking now, or like something
Yeah.
bad's happened. And they're like, and we're trying to like not tip them off that we're like about to bounce, you know what I mean? Because we don't want them to like stop us. And by then, like, the band's drunk, and they're like, you guys are being pussies, like, we're having fucking fun, bro, like, just
Like,
fucking
no, this is
chill.
dangerous.
You guys are
They just want
sketched
your
out.
money
And we were like,
bad.
bro, like, promise you, just trust us on this, like, let's, like, stand up and go to the door, and literally, once we hit the door, just fucking run, dude. And,
So there's no
so,
car. Like you didn't have a taxi waiting for you. There was no car out.
and we're, like, in the middle of nowhere, and it's, like, dark as shit now.
Oh my God.
So,
Not
um,
cool.
we
Oh
just
my
like,
God.
so we all kind of stand up and like act like we're just like having fun, and then sort of slowly like walk to the door. And then as soon as we get to the door, we just start fucking running. And so we're like running, and we think everything's cool, and we like made the escape. And right as we like think we're good and like slow down, we turn around and we see a group of like 10 guys like chasing us and like waving like machetes and like guns in the air and shit.
Holy
And
fuck.
we're like, what the fuck is going on? And we're like fucked up too. So we're like, bro.
Extra
And,
tripping. Like,
and so then
what, so
we
they're
like
coming
make,
after you?
yeah, and we make it through back up to the border city. And like um it's like very packed, and we're like trying to like lay low but also make our way back to the border really fast. And like the guys are like telling, it seemed like everyone in the city was fucking in on it, which is why they were telling us to
Wow.
go there. And
It's like a good movie plot that I would
yeah, the
watch.
guitarist of the band like actually got into screenwriting, and that's like the first fucking like film he wrote. And we're like
This is
running.
scary. I'm glad you survived it.
Yeah, long story short, we were running through the fucking crowd, and like people were trying to like barricade us in and like trying to rip the cameraman's like shit away from him, and like One of the craziest things I had ever seen in my life is like, I don't know what kind of drugs this guy was on, but this one of the dudes who was following us literally had like glass spikes that were like an inch or two long, and they were like not in between his fingers like this. They were like fucking like stabbed into his fucking between his knuckles, and like blood's like
Whoa.
pouring from his hand. He's like chasing us and like trying to
Like,
like
almost
fucking
pierced in? Like, how do you do that? Like, magnetically, or you just stab, like, glass in your
like it
hands and it
looked
just
like he
stays
just
there?
literally fucking like to this day I'm like, what the
I
fuck
wouldn't wanna
was?
piss that guy off.
Oh, he was already pissed. Um,
You were done.
yeah, so like yeah, we make it to the border and we're like, holy shit, that was crazy. Like, oh my god. And my our drummer, like, he has like tan skin and looks not the most American. And he like somehow lost his ID along the way. And so
Oh,
then
shit.
they like held us at the border for a while, and like I don't know, he had to give them his fucking like social and prove he was a citizen and all this. It was wild. It was very wild.
That
Um,
is so wild. Like, sorry, that is a crazy like, I've been down to Mexico a lot. I've had some fun. I've definitely gotten a little messed up. I've wound up at some strip clubs, but never been, like, off on a beaten path at some place where I'm like, "Oh, I could die," and I'm running away from these people. Like, that
yeah,
is
yeah. It
super
went from
I'm
like
glad you survived.
me too. It went from like a lot of fun to like super fucking scary, like really fucking quick, like.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we made
That's
it out
I will
alive.
feel like too, people don't understand in America how lucky we are. Because now that I've just traveled all over the world when I was younger, we feel safe in
Yeah.
America, even in, like, sketchy areas. Like, even in the ghetto, I've never felt like I I don't know, like, how I have felt in Mexico in some clubs, I've never felt in
Yeah.
dangerous areas of the United States. It's for
Yeah, it's a
sure.
different kind of danger, especially like if you don't speak the language. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I used to. My girl is a DJ, and she doesn't tour anymore, but she used to tour like South America a lot, and that
Oh,
was
cool.
her kind of hot spot. Like South America really like loved her, and so yeah, we would go there, and like the first thing they would tell us every time is like, do not leave the resort. Like fucking, if you absolutely must leave the resort, like please have an escort. And like, yeah, I could just tell on like the drives in that it was like very like sketch city.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Well, I like that
but
story, that's fun. Tell us, wait, more about your music, like, what's coming up right now, what you're doing, and how we can find you and all that good stuff.
okay. Yeah, like if you just Google Baby E. Sorry, these fucking planes.
Everyone's flying in to see you and hear you play.
The ghetto birds are out.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, if you just like Google Baby E or put Baby E into like any like Spotify or Google or Instagram, I'm pretty easy to find. You can also go
Sweet.
to babyE.com. Um, and yeah, as far as like what's coming up next, I'm in the studio, just always working and putting new stuff together. So I dropped two albums at the same time, Emo Redneck and Chopper and a Dream. And so I'm getting ready to release the deluxe editions of both of those.
Oh,
And
sick.
yeah, they're both gonna have a new song on each one. And we're gonna have like the chopped and screwed versions and the sped up versions for like social media and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that'll be fun. And then yeah, after that, I have um, a song called "Must Be the Money," which is like a Nelly flip, and
Yeah,
what the hell? Sorry. Yeah, it's a Nelly flip, and yeah, we just got like the sample cleared on that, and I put up like a just a teaser on IG, and people seem to really like it. So I'm excited to put that out, and yeah, we're grinding hard, shooting videos, and just keeping the content coming, and all that good stuff. Um, and yeah,
badass.
today, yeah, as of today, I am 11 months clean. So
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah,
That's way
really happy
cool.
about that.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so a lot of like really beautiful blessings have came my way in the past 11 months, and I'm just really stoked and grateful for my team and all the producers who have been working with me and just doing such a great job, and everyone involved with that. And it's good to see a lot of the old fan base coming back, and also a lot of new faces are showing up too. So
that's
yeah,
way
I'm
cool.
very stoked. Very
Well,
stoked.
congrats on 11 months. That's phenomenal. And 2 deluxe versions of the albums coming out. I dig the vibe. I like the music. It's just so like I like everything that's emo and country, a little redneck, little rap, like anything I can party to and have a good, state of mind. Thanks so much for stopping by, dude. And we'll have to follow you and stay up to date with what's coming out.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it. It was a
Yeah,
good time.
definitely. And stay safe. Stay out of Mexico, maybe.